experience is everything, especially with cars, and that is what I enjoy most with cars. Going from car to car to car, that is a blast, and that is what we are here to do on this channel, and that incorporates building confidence in the garage. That's what the brand Karma Speed is all about. Tons of people have these cars. Tons of people hate these cars. Everyone thinks that you just crash one if you own it. I wanted to see for myself, what is this all about? But once you get behind the wheel of one, you're like, this thing is so rad and it drives so good. This is a underrated car. The story begins on March 24th. I went and looked at a 2016 Mustang GT. I really liked the car, but I had this gut feeling when I left. I thought, this is the one. He kept great care of it. Just put performance pack wheels on it from his 2019 on it, so it had like really new wheels and tires on it. I left. I sat on the side of the street and I thought, I gotta get it. Called him back, said, hey, I'm gonna take the car. He goes, well, I have another guy coming to look at it right now. I said, tell him to turn around because I want that car. And he said, all right, sounds good. I said, I'll see you tomorrow at the bank. We'll get it. So that was March 25th of this year, 2020. We went and picked it up. What am I doing?
Here. Oh, what's with this thing?
Showed my cousin, the Mustang freak. He was excited.
You like it? Time to burn some tires.
But downtown made it. There's some cool new lights they just installed that were cool. Snapped some photos in front of it. New car day. This photo I took though late at night in Justin's driveway really made it set in to me how good looking this car is. The body lines on it are fantastic. This car is just a gorgeous looking car and I was excited at this point about it. Shortly after, first road trip, went to Yuma where I'm from, visited the fam. Got a good feel for the chassis, freeway, seriously how comfortable it is going out of town. It's a great road trip car if it's you and one other person. I was a little eager to get a good feel for the chassis, what it slides like because I miss my 350Z so much. Let me put her in track mode real quick, we'll do it.
Don't slam into a curb. Yeah, don't break it. God. Those tires are really sticky.
Happy birthday, Ray.
Hey, happy birthday.
Oh, some good tire marks. That car is so easy to slide, so this thing is so much heavier and different. That night I went and found like an empty parking lot and slid around just to get a feel for it. This car, I actually never went through a phase where I was like trying to drift it. This is just enough money to make me feel uncomfortable that if I wrecked it or damaged it or blew through tires, like it's just not the time and place for me to get involved. Showed my mom.
No, what are you doing?
What do you mean? I'm not gonna do a donut, it's fine. I'm just hitting the roundabout, relax.
Okay, it reminds me of Grandpa going the wrong way the other day.
dad.
Pretty cool, huh?
Sweet.
That is loud.
Yeah, buddy.
My brother.
They don't put a freaking thing.
What? A handbar? No. Your turn.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, hang on the wheel with 2 hands. Hit mid, top right, top right. Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down.
We had a great time. This car is so easy to teach people how to drive stick in. Perfect car for it. I'm done looking at the stripes. It's time to make it my own. Looks good, more my taste. The stripes looked good. It really went well with the car if you're gonna leave it like that. But since we were going down a different route, I knew that that was part of the process, and I just like things clean and simple, so I was really excited to take the stripes off. Time to paint correct my first car completely solo. Thanks to the guys, Ted and John at Superior Image Car Care, showed me the way, hooked me up with the right tools. We went over all of that in a previous video on the channel. But we got this car looking so bright, it like hurt your eyes in the sun. Turned out really, really good. I had fun buffing it all out and getting it looking really smooth. Nothing aggressive, super minor polish, nothing crazy, very entry level. I wasn't blasting a bunch of clear coat off or anything. I was just trying to get it looking really fresh, and we were able to do that, and it wasn't as scary or anything as I thought. I think it's something everyone could pick up just from watching the video we made a while back. First Mustang influence in my friend group was my buddy Jeremy I met in college. He got a 2015 right when it came out, identical car to what I got right now, and he showed me how much of a good time it was, and I was really caught off guard. I was like, man, these cars are actually really, really rad. And he actually bought me, as a gift for getting this car, a Steeda clutch spring. It's a little bit lighter weight, it just gives it a better clutch feel, and it's a very, very good install for someone who's just getting into modifying cars. Super easy. We took the car out to Canyon Lake. Me and Logan did. Logan will help me wrap the car later in the video. He's helped me wrap the last car. This is one of the most memorable nights. There was a bunch of good guys that went out. It was late at night. I finally had a fast-ish car. I had no idea what I was getting into of how well this car handled. And it had me and Logan just giggling like little girls.
Cameron!
Get in, we have a business meeting.
Good, man. Business meeting, you're right, man. What's good, brother?
What's up?
How you doing?
What'd you say?
Don't do any Mustang owner stuff on me, man.
Hey.
I don't want to be sliding tonight. Oh my god, bro. Oh. Yo, there's a cop.
Going like 100. We were pitching the cop.
He beat us.
It was a white GT Mustang. I saw like you had gotten them.
So I'm like racing this dude, like doing pulls back and forth.
It's cool. I get to see Cam before we actually meet up.
It was not you.
No, I see this like vanity pull.
You buckered a few times to get a little understeer?
A little bit.
Oh, I agree. Balls to the wall, dude. You're balls to the wall. Where did you learn to drive like that?
I didn't know what kind of drive he was talking about. Like we're like racing cars.
I thought you said cruise.
And when he sent that text, it's not a race, smiley face. Everybody subconsciously was like, oh yes it is. You know what I'm saying?
That was probably the worst adrenaline hangover I've ever had. Like, I literally was driving home, I was like, oh, dude, I feel terrible. My body's just in shock from so much adrenaline. Oh, I love that stuff. At this point, this car is taking me forever. I'm having a hard time getting parts. 2020 is a mess. The car industry is slowing down. So many changes going on. But I was able to link up with Cerakote and get their new Headlight Restoration kit that just came out, and it works super good, super simple. So we were able to sharpen up the headlights. Infotainment makes a kit to put the new digital dash that comes in the newer cars in the older ones. This upgrade's about 2,000 bucks, and most people are just like about it, but trust me, if you're gonna have this car for more than a year, it's worth it, I promise. This in here. '16s did not have Apple CarPlay with the Sync 3, I believe. So you got the little USB module I ordered off Amazon, swap that in, we got Apple CarPlay, and road trips are much, much better. Didn't get too crazy, but on the way back, getting a clip driving by, the nice sunset, the nice view. And we had a lady pull over. As I was standing on the side of the car reviewing the clip, she was holding her phone. I was like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, oh, I saw you, driving crazy. I was like, I've literally just came down the road going the speed limit. She's like, I heard your loud car. I was like, this is before the Corsa Extreme too. Ma'am, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I wasn't driving crazy. But I was like, who are you calling? Because I could tell she was like trying to call. She's like, my husband, he's a cop. I was like, ma'am, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I walked up to her car. I was like, I apologize if I offended you or stressed you out in any way. I really didn't mean it. And she's like, okay. I was like, you don't need to call your husband. Like, I promise everything. She's like, okay. And she just let it go. She was being crazy. Watch out for those ladies in Sedona. Preparing for boost, we've got the valve breather for the oil cap. It's a great video to understand crankcase pressure and a bunch of nerd stuff when it comes to motors. It was a lot to wrap my head around, but it's super important when you are boosting one of these motors. Another road trip in this car. Can't get enough of this thing going out of town. Headed to Fallbrook to visit my good friend Brock. Brock did not hype this up at all. He's like, yeah, just come hang out. That was one of the rowdiest trips, honestly. Brock, where are we?
Heaven.
I seriously think about that trip regularly over 6 months later. I wish I could go back in time. We need more loud, we need a better tone, and with these Coyote motors, there's no question that this is the move. Everything up to this point is already on the channel and has an individual video about it. Everything moving forward is coming out after this video. So I encourage you to hit the subscribe button if you like building confidence in the garage. These videos coming out after this are for you. I learned so much from this car, so much that I took away from it. There's just a ton. This car in this year was crazy, and I'm excited to have you guys check out all the videos that came of it. And building confidence in the garage is for you. Make sure you check out the brand and the videos coming out. This is Brevin. Brevin works at ESS Tuning, puts all the kits together, showed me all the details, ins and outs of these supercharger kits. In the install video, we go over everything you need to know about these. We have the LU47 injectors and the N-gauge tuning device to get started. We're gonna go over some of the things that are in this kit to give you an idea of what's to come with the install video. This is very doable for anyone that has intermediate experience with working on cars. This is probably one of the most simple supercharger applications that you can install on this car. It seems like you're getting pretty deep, but it's not too bad, and we'll go over every single detail so that anyone can do it in the garage. You're going to need to know some basics of tools and have quite a few to get it done, but it doesn't get any more simple than this. Oh, through the throttle response, the blow off. Bro, what? I took the car to a big cruise the first time with the supercharger, stock clutch. Thought something was being a little weird up top, and that night I learned that on the freeway speeds, this clutch was not holding at all. It was not happy with the supercharger. Around town it ripped, but I get on the freeway, it would literally slip. My cousin behind me could smell it, but I still had a good time that night. I had the infamous front bumper on this car where it starts to come off. The clips on it are super weak. I want to show you the quick latch install, and I got the little baby ones. They look really, really good. It sucks that this is how it is because the fender fitment is never perfect with the bumper anymore. It likes to pull up or go down, so it's a bummer, but it works and it solves the problem. And when you have to take the front bumper off, it's super quick. For this car, I really wanted to do a modern muscle car. I want to think of Vin Diesel, just clean, V8, respectable by all, nothing too ricey, nothing too Americanish, just something just across the board, clean, respectable, maybe not so much me as you'd expect. And that came down to wheels were make or break on this thing. I knew I was doing 20-inch wheels. I reached out to Ferrata, Chris there, he's super rad, appreciate him, but he's like, hey, we have these new wheels and they're a chrome lip with a gunmetal spoke. And I was like, not what I was thinking, Chris. We're doing it different, let's just run it. Let's see what happens. I got them in person. Woo! Woo! These things are baller. These are the nicest wheels I've ever had. Oh, wow. Tire machines and your new nice wheels are a scary thought, but Todd there took care of me. Any of the guys at Tires to Go are amazing. Phoenix or Flagstaff, and make sure you guys take your nice stuff there. Not the best look with white, but hang on tight. It all comes together at the end. I'm excited for you guys to see it. Taillight situation, tough. Stock looks good. Euro is like the second option that everyone chooses. But like right when these Mustangs came out and I saw the GT style, the round taillights, my neck still hurts from that day. It's still sore. I got my neck snapped so hard by someone with those GT taillights at dusk. Going down the road in Phoenix, down the 60. I sped up so fast to see what that car was because I saw those taillights from so far away. They were so bright, they were so unique looking. I said, what is that? And I got up and it was, that's a Mustang, dude. I want those. If I had a Mustang, I would get those for sure. So I got them. And they're by far the most controversial in-person subject every time someone looks at the car. This whole process, like, The taillights. Yeah, aren't they sick? Acquired taste. Oh, you hate them, just say it. Let me say this. They don't look the best during the day compared to the stock. I don't want to be the person that gets rear-ended with clear or black taillights, but at dusk when they're lit all the time and then at night, oh, these things are rad. I can't speak high enough. I literally love these things so much, as you can tell. The handling on this car, in my experience, is completely unmatched to anything I've owned. I'm still early in the process. I've had a few cars, but dang. Independent rear suspension, the car is balanced, sticks to the road, so good. But we need to get the ride height dialed and we can make it handle better in the process. And I got K-Sport coilovers. They are located in Mesa down the street. I literally drive there, show up. I know everyone there. Really rad people. There's also their parent company, Voodoo 13. They make billet machine parts for a bunch of cars, suspension parts. So we'll get to that in a little bit that I put on the car. But we got the K-Sports on, we got the car sitting right, and it handles even better. It sticks to the road so good. This install's not bad, but changing the ride height in the rear is kind of a pain, but that's just any setup with this car. The interior on this premium Mustang is really, really nice. But we got a CJ Pony Parts steering wheel that is just race car-ish enough. This car was already nice, but between the digital gauges and this steering wheel now, change the thing that you look at the most and the thing that you touch the most, the car feels completely different. I'm not a huge steering wheel guy either, so this was like the first one that I changed that was like stock, everything around it as well, and I was happy about it. A very crucial part of this build showed up damaged. But we made the best of it. I'm sitting in Taco Bell with my cousin Parker, and I'm like, hey, what should we do with this thing? We have to destroy it beyond repair so that we can file insurance with the company and get a new one. We threw some ideas out there, but then
What's up, dude? Put it in there, shake it up. Don't want to drop it. Straight to like a...
Sonic Boom versus Tannerite.
I thought he said top 5 was... Oh, you know what we did wrong yesterday? We're all mixed up. Gunpowder plus Sonic Boom Tannerite. Yeah.
Okay. Skish. Boom. Really easy for the car 98. This is the car 98 right here.
The car is an ABS.
ADS is so quick, and accuracy is just headshots only, and you're dead. Broken shields, down. Oh! Still there, dude.
Time to put the power to the ground. I have a new clutch from ACT. Really rad company. They've always been supportive of the channel. Eric, one of the main guys there, I talked to him at SEMA. He's one of us, regular communication. Awesome people. I had a million questions for them and they answered everything. We got this clutch in. This transmission physically is so big. It is such a pain. And I was like, oh, it can't be that bad from watching all the CJ Pony Parts videos. Thanks, Bill, you make everything look easy. A lot of people tell me about that on my videos, but I'm gonna tell you, pulling out the trans the first time when you don't know what you're doing is not easy. I've never done a transmission or pulled one apart or separated it from a motor myself, and now I have that under my belt. So don't be scared of the big things. It sucked. But now I feel 10 times better about if I ever have a situation where that has to happen again. And knowing that that's the biggest transmission like ever, size-wise, anything smaller is gonna be that much easier to finagle and move around and stuff. Back to the Anderson Composite trunk that we blew up. We got the new one in the mail, undamaged, and this thing is nice. Install went super smooth, and it set this car off. We need to have everything matching to make this look as good as possible, but I'm really hyped on how it looks now. Installing this is not bad at all. Just need a buddy there so you can mount it carefully and just be very delicate with this thing. When we lowered the car on the K-Sport coilovers, we added some camber to the rear that we want to even out. So we got Voodoo 13 tow arms, rear camber arms, and rear links that are adjustable. We got everything in there and we took it to good speed to have it aligned. Steering wheel is straight. I learned from Cody that if your steering wheel is left or right because you have a bad alignment, it's because a lot of the times it's because the rear is messed up. And once we got the rear straight, it straightened out my steering wheel. I thought it would for sure be only the front, but the rear affects the steering. I took this car to the canyon to test some of the suspension, and I was just floating through all those corners, and with the K-Sports and the Voodoo parts in the back, and this car just sitting right, this thing glues to the pavement. I was really getting car sick. It was like, geez, so like I could carry so much speed, no brakes, go around, doesn't slip, gas out of it. This car is a beast out there. And keep in mind, I'm not saying it's the best car ever. I haven't even had a Porsche yet or anything. I hear those are the best for that situation. But from what I've had, this car has been blowing my mind and showing me new limits. Glass is something that I've paid more attention to in the last year. When I took my Subaru last time, we got the 3M Ceramic Tint over at Cactus Tint. Rick walked us through. That was a great instructional video. Learned a lot from it. And the biggest takeaway was how much sharper the glass and the windows looked on the car after, from the cheap tint I had to the nicer, more pricey stuff. Wow, it makes the car look really, really good. It's probably something that you lose over camera, but in person, if you want your car to look, if you want to spend your money right, go to Rick if you're here, or try and get some 3M ceramic tint, because not only is it a good shade, but it just looks sharper, and overall you're gonna be really pumped on the final product. There's a lot going on this car that stresses me out. We've got a carbon fiber, we've got white with the wheels that clashes, we've got the crazy taillights, but it's just all gonna tie together with the help of Logan over at Street League. Logan's become a good friend. We have a great time every time we do this, and we've got the car wrapped in 3M black rose. This is a process. I like doing this. Hiding that white in the cracks and all that, it's tough. I don't think I'm ever gonna have another car white and wrap it a dark color. That was, I played myself. I played a slogan a little bit, I'm sorry, but it turned out perfect and I'm glad we can get it done, and I'm so thankful for his patience because it needed a dark color to pull this all off. I'm excited to show you the final look of the car. It's a beast. I want to share with you what I took away from it really, really quick. This experience, a lot of bang for your buck with a used Mustang. That's a lot of horsepower and a really nice car for the money. It's a really aggressive seating position, low, long hood. You want to go fast all the time. That's a great thing. When you supercharge them and stuff, you try and daily drive them, you might be like, wow, this is too much. So be cautious. That's what I learned, that it can go really, really fast with these from daily to race car. There's like a very polarizing here there. Going on driving trips with the boys, this car, you can just peace out on them, pass them, race them, smoke them. It's a great time for those days. Funnest car I've had with driving trips by far. Definitely the craziest adrenaline highs I've ever had with this car. It taught me how to drive safely with high horsepower to the rear wheels, but it also supplied the most wild, out of control fun. And I learned a ton about engines, superchargers, ignition, tuning, PCV systems, crankcase pressure, how to take transmissions off, how to change clutches, injectors. This car taught me the most out of all of them by far. My mechanic skills have increased and leveled up for sure. The best way to support the channel is to like the video, subscribe, watch all the videos coming out, and then keep up on my Instagram as well as the KarmaSpeed Instagram account and the website karmaspeed.com. My biggest goal for 2021 is to get KarmaSpeed on its feet, running. You guys have already supported it a ton. I just got to put in the work, and I know you guys will be there to support. I can't thank you guys so much for what you've done so far, but I want you guys to have high quality apparel that is just genuine car enthusiasts, that looks cool, that's not too obnoxious. So if you guys like that idea, make sure you follow me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the car.